Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Caps Tech. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about the REM Pod right here. So the REM Pod, I'm sure you've seen it used on ghost hunters and other TV shows, and other paranormal groups have these. This is actually a pretty handy little device. It is a elaborate EMF detector, kind of. It does not measure electromagnetic field. In fact, it does the opposite. It actually puts out an electromagnetic field. So if you're interacting this with any of your other equipment, you may end up getting a interference. And we're going to show you a little bit on another episode where we have all of our electromagnetic field detectors and stuff out, and we'll show you how they interact with each other. But for now, we're just going to focus on this one. So what this device does is it has a little antenna here, and it emits an electromagnetic field around the antenna. So whenever anything theoretically comes within the range of this antenna, it sets off your colored lights here, and it makes a noise as well. So this device actually does two things. Number one, it's the REM pod. It'll alert you to anything that's coming into the range of this antenna. So if you ask something to come in the area, or if anything's here with you, you can ask them to touch this, because instead of, well, the theory behind it is, instead of actually using the entity's energy to manifest and interact with your EMF meters, all it has to do is come near this, and the energy of the entity should trigger this antenna to go off. So that's the basic theory of how this is supposed to work. Now, the other thing this thing does is it also is a temperature gauge. So it will give you anything coming into contact with this. We'll set these lights off, and it'll also blink if the temperature goes up or down to let you know if there's a cold spot or a warm spot. And you can zero out both of those when you turn it on. There's three little buttons here. There's REM 0 here, REM range, and then temp 0. So basically what that is your range is how big of an electromagnetic field you're going to be putting out around the REM pod, and it'll show you how close things come into it. And I'll turn it on and I'll show you that in a second. And then you can zero out the REM. So let's say you have this thing is just going off. You can set it to 0 again, so that it kind of cancels all that out and only looks for new contacts. And then your temp 0 is also kind of the same thing. It measures, it'll zero out your temperature so that it doesn't keep going up and down. It'll just stay where it was at the time when you zeroed it. So on the bottom here, it takes a 9-volt battery. You can see that in there. And then it has two buttons in there. So at the top it has REM on and off, and then AD or ATDD power, and that would be your temperature gauge. So what we're going to do is I'm going to turn this on, and you'll notice it makes a lot of noise, but kind of pretty. So now it's on, and the little red light in the middle just basically means that it's on and running. And then we're going to pull this up. And I don't know why it's doing that, so we're going to zero it out. And that indicates that something has made contact with it. So, there we go. Okay, so basically what's going to happen then is when anything comes near the antenna, you have different levels. There's 4 levels of contact for this. So we're going to turn the range up a little bit here, and by doing that, see how I can get pretty close to it before it even turns green? You can turn up the range, and now you're on level 2, and then that's level 3, and then when the blue light comes on, you're at level 4, and then you start over, it recirculates back to 1. So now your range is a little bit higher. I don't know, it doesn't seem to be as you can see the closer that you get to it, your green And then yellow. I think I'm too close to it here. There we go. I'm too close to it. Alright, so here's your that's your level 1 is your green. And then as you get closer, it should go up to the yellow. See? Now we're at the yellow stage. And then pink. There we go, there's blue. And blue is right there. So as you come closer, you can see the difference of the colors and stuff. So basically what that's supposed to be is as an entity enters this EMF range, and I'm not EMF, I am physical. So it's going to interact a little bit different, I believe. So, but then we can also go underneath and we can turn on the temperature. And so now what it'll do is anytime that it registers, it's got a little sensor right there, and every time that it registers a fluctuation in the temperature, it'll also go up and down based on that. So if you have any questions on the REM pod, feel free to leave them in the comments below and we'll try and answer them. Otherwise, we're going to be posting another video with the REM pod and all of our other ghost hunting K2s and EMF meters and such to show you how they interact with different things like cell phones and walkie-talkies and devices like that. So stay tuned and watch for that. And apparently my house is haunted. So, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.